Well, hello friends, and welcome to another video. We are back. I have put away all of the wands and the, what are they called? Walking sticks, and those are put away. Now, we are moving on to placing this on the base, I believe. These guys are all looking pretty good. I don't know that I'll attach these just yet, but I think we are at a point where we can attach this. Now, Sarah's shop has a cobblestone floor, so I have obviously purchased to scale cobblestones. What is coming out of here? Pieces of cobble? Ew, stop raining rock bits. Anyway, what I'm thinking with the cobbles is primarily they'll be like around the build areas. Surrounded by like fading into grass and dirt, and they will have dirt in between the cobbles. I already have the dirt powder for a diorama, but I don't want to grout this. I want to more like put it into a deep layer of glue and then sprinkling the top with dirt powder so that it looks embedded already, and I also don't have to necessarily like do any wiping or grouting. That sounds horrible. We will be, I think, flocking the insides of these because Sarah uses moss to put inside of some of her rock displays. This should fit inside of a standard like basketball display case. And to make sure that I can box in the flooring, I think we're going to put them up on a bit of a stilt here, and that way we can kind of make a fillable chamber of glue, drop the rocks in, and then this I can't imagine that this is not going to go without a hitch. There's going to be some hitches. And then I'm going to use a longer piece of wood in the back here, and part of the piece of wood will act as the base of our future holder for the staffs, which will be something like that, except I have to drill holes in them. But it will be something akin to that over there. So we're going to take advantage of the piece of wood being able to be supportive of this incident, and we will be perching everybody up onto a piece of wood so that they can be cobbled around. How I will flip this over to get the lights glued onto the roof may be interesting. Oh, and I also added this crossbeam. It's just been painted in place. I will paint it better. But I have put this crossbeam here that was not there previously so that we can hang things from the underside on hooks. Have I ordered tiny hooks? Yes. Did I order tiny numbers for it that match her booth? Also yes. We're currently waiting on flocking, and we're waiting on tiny diorama domes. So whichever one of those happens to be in my mailbox first will be the for sale item for this workshop. And I guess we'll just get started with measuring some pieces of wood out to make sure they will support each other sufficiently for this process. Oh, you know, I should probably put wood on that side on the inside so that it doesn't, if you know what I mean, if you were building a little box, we should build it so that it blocks it off pretty close to the edge so that I'm not having glue. Oh, but then will it be under that? Oh, for pity's sake. Well, there's some decisions to be made and we'll work it out, but the cobbles are going in there and we are going to do it together. So let's get started. Well, good morning, friends. If I sound hoarse, it's because the weather's weird and the pressure is all off. Anyway, we have not glued this down, but I just set it up so that we could see what we are working with here as far as the area we will need to be cobbling. I also separated all the cobblestones into super flat, medium chubby, and super big so that none of them will be taller per se than the wood. Then we also have the 3 parts of our, not wand, but walking stick rack. And I was worried about them actually being able to stand up in the context. So I have to repaint over that little piece of paper. So we're going to have them leaning onto this and have this facing the opposite direction, just in front of the other bar, so that they can tip back and lean their little tiptoe into that. So I think the first thing we'll do is actually glue everybody down. And then once they're glued down, we can do a couple paint touch-ups, and then we can start taping it off to block for the cobblestones. Yeah. All right. Well, we're moving right along. And again, still waiting for another item to be able to make some of our domes and bottles as the fun accessory that we will make in this video. But hopefully they will arrive in the next day or two. So let's get these glued onto that and this glued onto that. And then we will see where we end up. All right, let's do it. Well, good morning, friends. If I sound hoarse, it's because I just got up. And it looks like we have had a successful dry overnight. I see little Rockies poking out back there. So I think we'll get a box. We'll shake this into the box to reclaim the extra dirt powder. We'll untape and see where we're at. And then I decided that, because if I don't do something now, the chair will be on cobblestones and will not sit up straight. And also, if I wanted to have her little character stand at the register, it's going to look weird because it's not going to be able to stand up. So I painted these. Once it's untaped, we'll put this in. But I painted another little board, and I took what was remaining as like a shelf for this. And we're going to make a little platform for the character to sit on. And or place the little character's chair on, which it fits, so that they will stand up normally. So that is what we'll be adding on and finishing up the rockery today. This area is going to be where the little round sign is. And I believe we are ready to get rolling. So let's see how we've done here once I shake this off over a box. Alright, so here's where we are at. It has not gone through its final dust off, which it still needs dramatically. Some areas got a little buried, maybe a little bit too much glue got put in. I don't know who to blame for that. Anyway, I don't want these videos to get too long, but all the other stuff for our flocking adventures and other things have arrived, but I think it will be smarter to put that in a subsequent video. So, in the very next video, we will be making the frog domes that I actually make for Sarah's booth, but it is one of her good sellers. So, you can see in some places I just touched up a little bit. We're going to leave this blank because I think when we build the brick circle, which will hold the magical gazing ball that she has at her actual booth, I think we should brick that in first and then build up around it. And to kind of trick the eye into believing that this is dirt, not moss. I could have used a browner dirt, but I just liked it. That was getting too brown. Anyway, my hope is that by spraying it down with the mattifying spray, one, this will get a protective coat on it, the wood that has not yet been coated. These have, which is why I can dust stuff off of them so easily. So I'm going to have to use some compressed air or a brush to get everything off I possibly can. And then we shall seal it with clear spray. And you will not see that because I'm not going to drag you into the garage and try to hold this and spray it. So I will see you in the next one, in which we will be making all of the magical, wonderful little frogs and their little teeny tiny domes. They're like 7 millimeters big. I kid you not. Is my finger being stained the color of fake grass? It sure is. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some. And I hope everyone will like or subscribe today, and I hope you will stick around for the next step in this witchy shop that we are building together. See you in the next one. Bye!